So it's been 2 weeks since I've started the wannabe entrepreneurship journey. It's for me. The what I'm doing is I'm building a mobile app, and I have a few things to share today. And I kind of wanted to also just demonstrate what I've done so far, just a roadmap. Again, this series is meant as a documentation of my journey. Whether it's a failure or success, whatever it may be, it's something to learn from. And documenting it, sharing it with others is my goal, and documenting for my own personal reflection is the goal. All right, so let's start with the roadmap. So the very first thing is business idea. That's the very first thing I started off with. I wanted business ideas because I guess I did have, so what I do is I have a list of problems, just problems that I face in my day-to-day life. And so I've made a document for it, just a list of different problems, because that's where that's that's where the opportunities come from, solving those problems. And at the start of this journey, so 2 weeks ago, I didn't have a few problems, but I wanted to spend a bit more time brainstorming problems. And so that's what I did. I brainstormed more problems. There was a few prompts. If you look in the book, The $1,000,000 Weekend, they have a very good chapter on how to generate business ideas. And I basically followed that. If you go on the $1,000,000 Weekend website, you can find a PDF that walks you through how to generate business ideas. Highly recommend it. I love the practice. I was able to find like 10, 12, 13 more ideas. And I'm currently iterating on one. So what's the business idea? It's pretty simple. My business idea is waking people up early. Now, you may be wondering, Ali, what do you mean? This idea, it's already out there, right? It's not unique. It's nothing. Like, what are you doing? And my answer to that is that's okay. Because it's okay to iterate on top of an existing idea. It's currently still a problem I face, like sleeping early, and I'm noticing that the apps that I'm currently using aren't exactly helping me out. Like I feel like there's like a different problem that I need to be solving in terms of waking up early, and that's what I'm trying to tackle with the mobile app that I'm trying to work on. And your idea doesn't need to be like a new car or a new light bulb or like something just absolutely new. Like businesses are about building on top of each other's ideas. So there's no shame in that. And I'm the idea is already out there. I'm going to take that idea and see how I can build upon it. Maybe it's not going to work, right? So that actually, maybe it's not going to work. And that's where step 2. Yeah, step 2 kind of comes along. So the business idea. Now step 2. You may be thinking, oh, okay, now let's just build a mobile app, but no. And that's what was my thinking. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna jump into the app and start building it. Sure, I mean, if you want to play around with it and have fun, yeah, that's okay. But if you want to build a business on it, that's not the right way to go about it because you're wasting resources. What you want to do when you have a business idea, the next step right after that is actually validating that business idea. Making sure you have actual customers. Would people be willing to pay me a certain amount to help them wake up early consistently? That's what I try to validate. So I reached out to, basically the process I did is I reached out to 3 of my friends and I asked them a series of questions in terms of waking up early, and I want to ask them if they would pay me right now to help them wake up early in the morning. Not willing to pay, not interested, but pay me right now. I haven't done that so far, so technically I haven't validated my business idea properly. I think that's something I need to just kind of sort out. before I continue working on my mobile app. All right, so we have the business idea, the validation of the business idea. Can you find paying customers? Which I haven't technically done, but I have asked if they would be interested. So I got somewhere there. So I'm still learning too. This isn't a one-way street of me just kind of giving advice. This is me reflecting on my own journey and sharing it. All right, so that, and then actually just getting started with the mobile app. I wanted to kind of start playing around with it. I know I haven't validated the business idea, and that that's the main important thing. But I wanted to kind of get some experience in terms of building what I wanted. Because waking up early, so that's like that kind of required an alarm of some sorts, and I realized building an alarm is not as easy as I thought it would be. I'm building an iOS app, and I noticed it wasn't as easy. Let me share what I have so far. As you see, this is the app. Nothing complicated, nothing extraordinary, nothing beautiful, but simple features. So one, I started off with that first type over there, enable 5:30 a.m. alarm. And what this does, it just prompts you if you would like to be sent, like it's that prompt for notifications, whether you give permission or not. You see allow. And what it should do is it should send a notification at 5:30 a.m. every day. That's the purpose of the first button, and that's what I started off with. Of course, the notification isn't enough to wake someone up, but it's one step of the process. The second step of the process is the show alarm button. Now if I press on this, that's all. So show alarm, it comes up here, and I actually tried this on a physical device as well. I know this is a virtual device. Let's start with this. This is a virtual device, but it vibrates and it also makes that sound. So that's two separate features for vibration and sound. And you saw that bottom sheet pop up and then go back off. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. It's not a functioning alarm, but it's part of the way there. What I did is I actually built a lot of this using generative AI. So there's really cool tools out there. I'm using one called Windsurf to generate the code. What's important is that you don't want to, this is the advice I've gotten, is what I did is each of these features I implemented one by one, right? So I asked GenAI to implement one feature, another feature. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a prompt that can just build the entire app all at once. But to be honest, I don't even know what the app should look like. So I'm just experimenting with features and learning through generative AI. So once they've built the feature, then I kind of walk through the code and understand it. I already am familiar with how to build iOS. I'm familiar with like the iOS programming, so I have an idea of how things work. And using generative AI, I feel like I'm like accelerating my ability to produce code and then try to understand it. So we're basically reviewing it. It's very useful. I'm very much of a fan of the technology. So that's what I'm doing in terms of building that app. And yeah, on a final note, as you can see, this is nothing impressive. This is pretty, not impressive. It's kind of lame, to be honest. But it's where I'm at the moment. It's my second week progress. I want to be transparent, clear in terms of what the progress of my app looks like. It's easy to see that final product because, of course, I have so much more vision for what this app should look like. And I'm sure it's going to look a lot better than this. But I think you should notice that all apps don't start off with that. It takes time and practice. So hopefully one day I'll be able to reach there. Maybe. Fingers crossed. But that's all for today. Thank you so much.